Welcome, everybody, to After Beers episode 3.
Uno, dos, tres.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, papi.
Oh, papi señor.
Me gustan los burritos y tacos.
I love Taco Bell.
Yo quiero Taco Bell. No, for real, I want
Man, that sounds good as fuck. After drinking all these beers, that Taco Bell sounds good.
Yeah, it's definitely sounding good. We've drank quite a bit today.
Yeah,
a couple
I know.
of higher ABV beers. If you listen to this week's podcast, you'll know we reviewed a 10%, we reviewed a 7%, and then we had our normal beers for the day, which is quickly adding up as well.
Yeah, I know. Jesus.
All within just a few hours. Welcome to After the Beers. This is the podcast after the podcast where we just kind of talk to the people who really love us, which right now is 0.
Yeah, exactly.
And we just kind of give you a little bit of bonus content and show you our appreciation.
Yeah. Well, here's to the last beer I think we have.
No, I think you have one more.
Oh, I do?
I lied.
Oh, well, this is our last.
That's the last beer.
Okay. Well, I figure, I don't know. Are you ready to open?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, let's go ahead. You know, it's kind of ironic we call this after the beers, even though we still have beers to drink during this segment.
Listen, Mr. Philosophical. That was just a catchy name for the Patreon mini-sodes.
It's more like after hours type deal.
Well, this is once the bar closes, but you're friends with the bartender.
So
he lets you stick around while he cleans up and have another beer or two.
Right.
Because we typically only drink like 2 beers max during this.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is just, our last little bit of drinking for the day. And, give you some bonus content, let you know how much we love you, how much we want to fuck you in the news. I mean, what? And we're just a little bit more rambunctious because we're typically tying one on by this time.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're a little bit more free with what we have to say.
A little bit more rowdy.
A little rowdy.
A little bit more offensive. You know how it be.
Absolutely. And typically there is a point, at least one point to every mini-sode. This week we thought we would revisit our Aldi find.
Yeah.
Which was our Holland, oh God, I'm dying, 1839 lager. This was the one that was brewed in Holland. I bought it from Aldi as kind of a joke just to check it out and see what we thought of it. And I just wanted to revisit it, or we wanted to revisit it.
Yeah.
Because really the biggest thing against it the last time that we reviewed it was the fact that it smelled like straight skunk.
Yeah, it was really weird.
And we were drinking it out of the bottle, so we wanted to pour it on this episode and see if it was any easier to digest. Now, I'm looking at our Excel sheet, and we gave this a 5 on drinkability.
On crushability,
Crushability. So I don't know if we did.
We gave flavor a very low score.
Yeah, that was a pretty low one. That one's like 1.7 or 1.25.
Yeah,
average.
for the average. We did say it'd be pretty fucked up.
Well, yeah, because it's a 5% beer.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty.
It's higher than your lights.
We did say non-bitch, which we did say you would get made fun of probably for buying an Aldi beer.
But the fact that it was 5%.
Exactly.
And a couple dollars cheaper.
Yeah. It's just kind of a sensible purchase, I would say. And the fact, like, if you don't have a ton of money, but you're still looking to drink a little bit.
Exactly. Not everybody can go pick up a 6-pack of Victory or Rhine Guys for $10, $11, $12.
Right.
This was $7.99.
This might be
5%.
This might be your off check week beer.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I'm not getting paid this week. I only have $50 to last me the week.
Right.
Let me go pick up a 6er of Holland 1893.
Exactly.
So without further ado, let's kind of get into this. Let's revisit it. Let's see if it still stacks up with the findings that we had a couple weeks ago.
I mean,
by smell, what are you smelling?
I mean, it's
a little better. It's
a little better. It doesn't smell like weed necessarily. I think I'm getting a little bit of the scent of what we had in here before.
I agree. I think that there's definitely some crumb cake.
Yeah,
residue.
Crumb cake mixture. I'm getting a little bit of the marijuana smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd still get a little bit of that. So I'm a little worried that maybe this really just tastes like that.
Well, I'm also very discouraged by how quickly the head
Yeah, it
dissipated.
poured
on
down
this.
really quick. It's definitely not a very highly frothy beer.
It actually looks like someone splooged on the top of mine.
It kind of looks like urine a little bit. It looks like I pissed in my cup and then I'm about to drink it.
I'm sure we're making this sound very appetizing to our listeners. We're just about to drink some spermy piss.
Well,
that
hey,
smells like weed.
This is why we review these, so these people maybe don't have to go buy it.
Yeah, if you always had an itch to go check out the Aldi beer, which, in all fairness, I can't say that about all of Aldi's beer.
Right.
When we picked these up, there was quite a few
There was a lot
selections.
There was a Wicked cider that actually sounds kind of good. We might have to pick that up.
We'll definitely give it. I mean, by no stretch do I now just completely discount Aldi.
Right. Yeah.
For having beer.
I
It's just
don't at
this
all.
particular beer.
They actually had some pretty good sounding, like special wine drink type deal. They had like a chocolate wine that sounds kind of good, which I'm not a huge wine guy, but they sounded interesting, I should say, more or less. Not necessarily that I want them.
Well, I think we do. I think when it comes to alcohol, we want it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just we prefer. We have preferences.
Right, we do.
We would prefer to have this to that or whatever. So.
If I went to a party and they had only wine, am I not going to drink? No, I'm just going to grab wine that I think I can stomach the best.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to make do until you hit that peak.
Exactly.
Then you're like, okay, now I'm feeling good.
Right.
Let me try that other wine.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that
Yeah.
I've entered.
Yeah.
And that's how you typically try new things.
And
so,
I feel like that's how everybody that listens to this probably is.
that's what we're hoping for. So let's go ahead. Let's take a sip or two. Like I took a swig of the latte apple just to kind of ground me.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a sip of the Holland 1839. I keep saying 93. It's 39.
Oh.
Ooh, sexy. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
right off the bat.
But to me, that's definitely closer to Heineken.
Yeah, closer.
Poured out than it was in the bottle.
The bottle was pretty bad. I think the bottle is definitely what gives it that scent. Yeah, it's
the bottle
pretty strong.
definitely stinks.
Maybe whoever was packaging these was smoking hella marijuana.
I'm thinking maybe what happened, hear me out, because of when we purchased these, I think the truck that delivered these, it was probably delivered when we were having one of our super cold weeks.
It could have been.
So the beer got cold in the truck. Then it went into the warm store.
Yeah.
And it kind of skunked the beer.
That definitely could make sense.
Because definitely when I pour this into a glass, I definitely still get the marijuana smell and even a slight flavor, but it is way more palatable poured out than it was in the bottle.
I would agree.
This definitely tastes like 65% Heineken.
I would still give it the same flavor the tastiness profile that we gave it. I would keep it at a 1. I do not like this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way to hurt my feelings.
I'm sorry.
I'm never buying fucking beer for this podcast ever again. I'm just kidding.
Hey, I liked the other one you bought. The creme cake in our newest episode we reviewed was delicious.
It was very good. I don't know. I think I might change my score.
Really?
For tastiness.
Really.
Yeah, because I think that's how it's supposed to taste. I think that
I
think that if you drink Heine's,
then you would like
drink this. I think it's similar enough to save you those $2 a 6-pack.
I would understand that. Heine's are kind of expensive, aren't they?
I'm thinking they're probably between the $10 and $11 range.
Well, they're considered imported.
I don't know. Are they actually imported?
I don't think so
anymore.
Probably
I'm
not.
sure a U.S. brewery bought them.
I'm sure.
But this one, however, is brewed in Holland. So think about that.
That's true.
This beer came to us from Holland.
It did make the trip.
It made
supposedly.
The trip.
Allegedly. I don't know how. I mean, it would have to be true, or else they get in trouble for false advertising, right?
Yeah, we could have a class action lawsuit.
Yeah.
And that's how we get our new microphones.
Maybe that's how it is.
We win
the
lawsuit. Everybody who's ever purchased Holland 1839 gets awarded $50. and we use that $50 to buy new microphones.
Maybe just buy you a new microphone.
Yeah, maybe.
I think this one's okay. Just it sounds a little fuzzy today. I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, we are again in a new recording place.
Yeah, probably should have checked the technical difficulties before we started recording.
Hey, we're figuring things out as we go, people.
Yeah, I'm no expert in this, and neither is Josh.
Yeah, we've never done this before. I mean, we're 7 episodes in now.
Yeah, I mean we're getting better for sure, but I still on the technical problem, I have no idea. I've looked at more microphones, and they have like all these fancy words they use. I have no idea what it means.
All them big old words.
Yeah,
that them cityfied people use.
I have no idea. I thought about taking a production class though. I looked into it.
Yeah. Maybe that's what we need to do.
I don't fucking know.
Then the problem that you run into when you do that is you're then going to change the format and change things to be what everyone else does.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
Anybody who's went to that class is going to take those same tips
and
implement them.
Maybe
on
they
their
just
podcast.
need my hillbilly way of doing it.
Yeah, maybe this is what sticks out for you. Maybe you're a listener and you're like, God, those fucking guys are dumb rednecks.
Yeah.
And we enjoy it because their audio does suck. We enjoy it because you can't hear what they're saying.
It's very inconsistent.
Well, they make us laugh because they're so fucking stupid. Maybe that's what they like.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. But so when you're looking at the Holland 1839, what are you going to chug this? Or are you done with this?
I can still chug it.
It's very light.
It is very light.
It's incredibly.
It's almost like I said. It's if I'm hydrated a little bit, and it's very pea like. It's very pea colored.
Yeah, definitely like the base of the glass.
Yeah.
Because again, we're using the glasses that Grant has, where it has the upside down bottleneck.
Right.
Inside of it, to where you can do a hard pour. But yeah, definitely down towards the mouthpiece of that bottleneck, it's super light, and then it kind of gets darker as it goes.
Well, there's more volume up top, so that makes sense.
That definitely makes sense. It looks like an amoeba on top of mine.
It does. I have that same thing. Yeah.
Like I don't know if like venom is going to be coming out, trying to attach itself to me. A la Tom Hardy. What are you doing over there?
Oh, there's a hair in mine.
Well, I would assume that that's yours. I don't think that the people of Holland are putting their pubes in your beard.
I don't know. It kind of looks like a pube hair.
Maybe I dipped my sack in your fucking glass.
That's fucking rude. I think it's my dog's hair.
It's a sign of love. Putting your pube hair in someone's beer is a sign of love. Love in Papua New Guinea.
It's a sign of love and luckiness.
Exactly. In Papua New Guinea, that's what they do. Tribesmen dip their sack in the sacrificial beer, and that means that you're well respected and loved.
Dude, I used to watch the River Monster show on Animal Planet.
That's a good show.
I fucking loved that show. It was so dramatic and way over the top.
Yeah, they totally oversold whatever was getting ready to come out of the water.
He angles the fish in, and he's like, oh my God, this is a fucking beast. And you're like, holy shit, what is he going to catch? And then it's just a really cool fish because he goes all over the world. And I would die to fish in some of the places that man has fished. I would love to just be with him. Because
like
he was,
romantically, like
no, just with him to fish because the man knows so much about it. He was such a pro angler. I would hate to know how many hours they had actually spent though sitting there trying to catch.
To get it days.
I'm sure it's days. I mean, he does have time limits on a lot of his trips, so maybe he really.
Well, they want you to think.
Maybe he's really that good of a pro angler, though.
Or maybe it was somebody that was spotted outside of a Circle K.
Yeah.
Who looked the part.
He looked rugged.
And they're like, "Hey, sir, have you ever fished?"
And
he was like, "Yeah, I go down the river occasionally and fish for radioactive fish." And they're like, "That's good enough."
Great show, but there was I forget where I was going with this. To be honest,
yeah, I don't know how we arrived to river monsters.
Because you said Papua New Guinea. Yeah, so I was just thinking he went to this place somewhere. I want to say it was in Africa or something, a country somewhere like that, very small, very third world. I don't know if it was in Africa or not. It might have been Asia. I don't fucking know. But he met this tribe, and like to fish the river, he had to go meet this tribe and like basically ask if he could fish this river for them because it's their river that they get their food out of, essentially. So he didn't want to be rude and he didn't want to get killed. So I understand it. But it was a village, and he said that they practice cannibalism still. And I was like, dude, that's fucking wild. Why would you even attempt to go there? That's crazy.
Well, that's like in the Jackass movie where they went. I don't know. I think it was Jackass 2.5 maybe, where they say like, "Oh, we had to cut a bunch of shit because they visited
Yeah, I
a
remember
tribe
that.
the Wild Boys had went to,
And they kept trying to bite them.
Yeah, they still practice cannibalism.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. I could never imagine doing that. I also think, well, they also said in the Jackass
I've been hungry enough
that you think you could
I
eat
think
somebody.
I could probably fucking eat somebody. Like, I've been close enough to the threshold of being so hungry that I'm like, if I had another 24 hours of feeling this way, I would probably try to eat someone.
Yeah, I guess I could say that.
Right? Like, I've, of course, never been so hungry that I would.
Right.
But the closer you get in hungry, like if you wake up late, you don't eat breakfast.
Right.
You come home and you think you're going to eat dinner, but then you get a phone call because your uncle's drunk and he drove into a ditch and you've got to drive to northern Kentucky to go see him.
Right.
And it ends up being 10, 11 o'clock that night before you eat.
Right.
I think about like how I feel there and I multiply it by like 2 or 3. And I'm like, yeah, I could see why you would eat someone.
Yeah, I could understand that. I also think in those villages that maybe still practice that, it's because they simply are so cut off from the rest of the world. They don't really have any other options sometimes.
Yeah, but how fucking shitty is that? Imagine being born, right? And you're growing up, you're a kid, and you start learning the dark truth of the tribe that you're a part of. They're like, hey, you're really just being raised to enjoy life, to live,
and then be
only to be eaten.
That would be pretty wild. I guess, that's when the sense of competition comes in. You would never want to be the weakest link because I'm assuming that's who they eat.
So is that what they do every day? Every day is a fucking battle royale to not be eaten?
I don't think so.
Like, how does that fucking work?
I would imagine it's probably more religious based. They probably
like, you're not godly, so we're gonna fucking eat you.
Well, they probably
Do
sacrifice.
you fuck somebody? Do you fuck the head of the tribe's daughter, and then the head of the tribe's like, you fuck my daughter, you're getting eaten.
It very well could be that way. I'm thinking it has to be ceremonial though. They're like, oh, we need a good harvest or a good fishing season. So they're going to say, hey, we're going to offer this person to you, but we're also going to enjoy them as
I think
eat
that's
them.
how movies would make it. You're going to eat a human. A tribe of 6 people could probably eat a human.
Yeah. I feel like a human.
So you would have to do that every day. Every day it would be like, oh, it's a sacrifice to the harvest moon. Like, a human isn't very filling. Especially tribesmen, because there's no fat ones. Because there's nothing to eat.
That's true.
They're all very skinny.
Yeah.
So by the time you kill them and you cut them up and you get the meat that you could actually eat off of them, if you have a tribe of 150 people, that person is done. You've ate them. Yeah. Now you got to worry about dinner tomorrow.
Yeah, everybody's going to get like one piece.
Exactly.
And it's going to not be enough.
Exactly.
Well, that's why I can never go to those places because I would be like Wagyu grade A5 beef for them.
That's right. You really would. They would look at us and they would be like, "Oh, that'll feed us through the fucking winter."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but a little bit of fat, a little bit of muscle.
Well, you see, the only saving grace to that theory is that I have so much fat that they would be like, "Okay, the meat's going to be flavorful,
but it's
very fatty.
It's gristly.
It's gristly." So by the time they cut me up, and that would be my last fuck you to Earth.
Yeah,
because they think they're catching a fucking dime. Right? They're like, oh, yeah, we got this fucking fat fuck. We're going to eat the fuck out of him. But then they cut me up and they realize there's not a whole lot of edible meat.
That's true.
And then they're pissed. They're like, oh, shit.
You think they eat the testicles and the dick?
I know they eat the testicles because there's several tribes that claim to get kind of like supernatural powers from eating testicles or like fertility powers.
But is it like human testicles or like bull testicles?
I don't see the difference.
That's a good point.
Fucking balls are balls, bro. They do the same thing.
Are your balls as big as a cow's though, or a bull?
I don't think that the size matters. It's the motion in the ocean.
That's a good point. Man, there's a Mexican restaurant in town. Well, at least when they first opened. I don't know if they still do because they're still open. It's been like years now. They serve cow tongue.
We should do it.
Would you eat it?
I'd try it.
I would try it.
I'll try.
I'll try anything. Yeah, that's a good point.
Even if I like dread it and don't want to do it, I'll try it.
I would try it. I hope they serve. Maybe we need to go look and see.
We could do like a little live
action of us testing it.
Yeah, of us
trying it. Yeah.
Eating the tongue.
I think we should. I also think we're talking about all this so we don't have to chug this beer we have in front of us.
I'm anxious to try it because I've tied on a pretty good buzz and I want to keep it going for the Bengals game.
Me too.
So,
well, that's why I was hoping you guys would come over and watch because I don't drink as well when it's just myself.
We don't have any cold beer. We've drank all the cold beer.
That's true.
Between my house and yours.
Fuck.
I'm not going to be drinking during the game, period.
Yeah.
No beer.
Yeah,
Cold.
that's a good point. We only got about another hour till it starts. 4:25 is the game start, right?
Yeah. I got to do laundry when I get home, too. I got to be.
Yeah, that's
I don't
rough.
have any work pants.
I do have some laundry I have to do, too. In our other episode, you probably heard it going off in the background.
Yeah, if you listen to the podcast, you probably heard a wide array of noises coming from the thing. Or I was almost getting ready to say your last name. I think it's probably well known now.
Yeah.
But you probably heard some things coming from the household. There were dog barking. There was Roomba vacuuming. There was washer kicking off.
Yeah. Washer kicking off.
So there was a lot of different things. So let's go ahead. Let's chug this for our Patreon members.
All right.
This one is dedicated to you.
We're
about to chug something that literally Grant would rather drink vomit and
exactly.
semen.
Yeah.
I personally am okay with it.
It's okay.
Grant hates it, and
I can't sit here and
put his
drink
beer back
it.
down. This is how I know that he's not liking it.
I can't sit here and just drink it normally. I have to chug this beer. That's the whole point.
See, if I was at a party and someone just gave me a glass of this, was in a case,
you would sit there and drink it?
I would sit here and drink it.
Dude.
Because to me, it's very similar to a Heineken.
I've drank some pretty gross things in my life.
How many Heinekens have you drank from like a 6-pack or a 12-pack?
0.
Exactly. This really tastes to me, and this is again why we do this. Because from the young guy in his early 20s who's not as well versed in the art of Heineken, this is not very good. However, me being in my late 30s, I drink this, and even though it's not my personal preference, I'm thinking, well, it tastes like other beer that I've had. I will drink it. It's not my favorite, but to me it tastes like beer, a beer I know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I get that. I should probably have drank a Heineken before we tried this.
Maybe we review Heineken in a future episode.
Okay.
Just so that and I've still got 2 of these 1893, so maybe we do a side-by-side.
A side-by-side. There we go.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, okay.
All right, well, let's go ahead.
Right.
Let's chug this for our listeners, our Patreons. We love you.
Yeah.
This is for you.
Oh, God. It was so cold.
It was super fucking cold.
Oh, it's all in my beard.
That's been in my Kanga cooler since like 12:15 too, and it was still that fucking cold.
Still cold as hell, and we've had it sitting out for how long now? 20 minutes.
Yeah, easily. So anybody, Kanga does not support the podcast at all.
They should.
But I use a Kanga cooler to haul our beer for the production of our podcast. And it keeps your shit cold.
Yeah, it does, man.
I put just a couple of little ice packs in here with some beer, and it is ice cold.
Well, and I'm sure we've talked about this before, but we took the 30 rack version to a summer fireworks show, and it kept it cold for hours. We were there for like
in the fucking dead heat.
It was for like
we were in the sun
for like 10 hours. It was like a ridiculously long amount of time.
We drank the 30 rack in like 4 hours, and that was with us.
Yeah, that really sucked. When we
were out of beer.
When we go next year, we'll be better prepared.
Well, I can't say that we were necessarily out of beer because I had this small can.
That's true.
You had another cooler.
Yeah, I did.
Let's not misinterpret the situation.
Yeah.
We had more than just
But basically,
30 rack.
we killed a 30 rack plus some in a very short amount of time. It was not long.
Yeah, but the sun was just sucking out of us.
Man.
I
didn't feel any. No, I didn't either. Next year, we bring 2 30 racks.
It was good, though. It was a fun time.
It was a great time.
We saw Draven and the Ravens. Shout out to the Hamilton, Ohio band, Draven and the
Hell
Ravens.
yeah, look them up. They're pretty good.
Look them up. They were pretty solid.
They were young, too. Yeah, high school kids.
In high school scene. So maybe I'll tag Draven and the Ravens when we post this.
Hell yeah. Maybe we get them to make a song for us.
Shit, yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Because it's original song. We can play it.
Yeah. Too bad they're not old enough to drink yet.
Maybe one of them is. I don't think that they were all.
I don't think
18.
I don't know.
They play at Swine City all the time.
Do they really?
Yeah. Shout out to Swine City
Yeah, hell
Brewery,
yeah.
located in Fairfield, Ohio. Very good brewery. I've emailed you and you never emailed me back. I'm a little upset about that.
You son of the bitches.
But we still love you.
Too bad this isn't the real podcast that'll reach everybody.
Oh yeah, shit, it isn't.
We're plugging all these people.
We're
We need
plugging
to stop.
people that I plan on tagging, and we're not even
No. Maybe we release this episode public
for Christmas.
for Christmas.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll fucking do it.
Muck it.
Yeah.
Muck it.
Well, I think all the other after beers are on YouTube anyway, so
Because we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
yeah. I set it to only do our Patreon, and then it just doesn't seem to work out that way.
Maybe it's because we have no Patreons. They're like, yeah, we feel bad for you. You're making this content that nobody's listening to.
That could be it.
We're just going to go ahead and post this on all your social media so that you guys don't feel like quite the fucking losers.
Well, if you guys ever want to check out our After Beers episodes and you haven't subscribed yet, there's a couple on YouTube. I'm probably going to stop putting them on there. I'll probably take them off just for future episodes. But maybe like a little sample size. You'll get 3 episodes for free. If you like what we talk about in our After Beers, you have to subscribe. You have to pay us money.
Yeah. Yeah, we're fucking done with you freeloaders.
Yeah.
You need to start coughing up something.
Yeah.
And the podcast Grant said 50 cents.
Yeah,
So,
I don't care. Give us
he's
something.
a cheap date.
Give us something.
And really, it's just because we
Please.
want the interaction. It's not even so much about the beer. Just let us know you're listening.
Yeah, I know. Seriously.
Let us know that we're not devoting 4 hours out of our Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting drunk, which is always a plus.
Yeah,
but,
that's true. This is just really fun for us, and we just hope that other people enjoy it as well.
Yeah. And share us.
Yeah,
Everybody
share us.
knows
Come
at
on.
least 50 people.
Yeah, come
Just
on.
share this with your fucking friends.
Yeah, exactly. Share
You
us
bunch
on,
of selfish sons of bitches.
share
Just
us on
share
Facebook,
us.
something. I don't
Just
care.
say, God, listen to these 2 idiots. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, make fun of us for
Make
all I
fun
care.
of us.
I don't give a shit.
Say, I disagree with everything they say.
Yeah.
Say that we're, fucking fat, incompetent losers. I don't give a shit. Just share us.
Yeah, exactly.
Send us out in the fucking metronome.
Get
of
us
the
in the
world.
world.
We want to be worldwide
Yeah,
idiots.
exactly.
All right. Well, here in about a half hour, our Cincinnati Bengals are going to kick off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we got to get ready for that.
I know.
We hope for a good ending to that
I
story.
hope we come through with the dub. Sorry to any Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans out there, but
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you.
Fuck you, bitch.
Just for this week.
Yeah. We love you every
Please
other
listen
time.
to us.
Please listen and review us. So this has been another episode of After the Beers or After Beers or whatever the fuck we call
It's
it.
After Beers.
After Beers. Pretty intoxicating. So I'm going to go lay down for a minute.
I'm going to go piss my pants.
Yeah, I got to
and
piss so
sleep
bad
for a little
again.
bit.
Take a little nap and eat a cheeseburger. So thank you. This is Grant and Josh signing off.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.